What is it? Is this intro?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. I didn't know what was going on. When you clapped, I said, "Oh." I didn't know if you
the
got
audio
like,
chain.
if you gonna edit in something. I was
We're just gonna keep all of this in at this point. This is the lunch table, food for thought.
Food for thought. That's the
I'm
whole
Nico.
name.
No, that's just like the sub headline.
Oh, food for thought. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I'm a
you know
little
what I
stupid
mean?
at times.
Nah, it's all good.
I see you got.
It's like James Andre Jefferson Jr. with your dumbass.
Okay, I see
Yeah.
what you're saying.
You know what I mean? It's like
but
the little slogan.
But mine sounds sexy off the tongue.
Yo, say it how you say it.
What's up, people? I'm James Andre Jefferson Jr. You see how sexy it sounded, and then
I mean, usually at the end of the videos, the junior gets cut off like halfway.
because sometimes I got it, you gotta be edited out little seconds. Because if it's over a minute, then it cuts out. You know that.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's crazy because like the way Instagram has evolved, right?
Right.
Initially, it was just the photos, and it became 10 seconds. We try to pack everything in a minute now.
It was photos at a time where we all had less than half a megapixels on our cell phones, and we loved posting those grimy. If you go back and see how Instagram used to look and the photos we used to post, like I remember my second photo is this food picture that's not flattering at all. I'm like, why did I post this?
Ain't nobody knew about like how to maneuver with the angles. We all used the same 8 filters at that point.
I did use filters. Now I think about it. It was only 8. I think 8 exactly, and they were just so bad. Like compared, at the time they was popping.
Hell yeah!
But now that you go back and look at it, you like, okay, I see the involvement here.
Hell yeah, man! And just seeing is how Instagram has literally become people's profile, their resume, basically.
More than especially if you're trying to get a job in entertainment, they don't care about anything else. They don't care. Experience don't mean the shit anymore. I can cuss, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. I don't know why I looked at her like you right here in front of me. What was I saying? It's just like so many people get denied, like talented people get denied because they don't have a social media following.
Yeah.
Now there are people that are halfway as talented as them. Well, a few years back, they said, you know what, this Instagram shit is important, or whatever, Twitter, YouTube. Mm-hmm. Maybe I should work on this, half work on my craft, and they're being more successful. Because that's with anything, you got to adapt.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't adapt to whatever market you're in, you fucked up.
Yeah.
And
that's why even the record label market, they just look at a lot of people okay, they have at least 100K.
Yeah, and
we can sign them because they're on the come up right now.
And that's why we got all these little stupid ass white girls rapping right now because they got followers on Instagram. They're just it waters down the music.
Yeah.
In a sense, it watered technology in general just waters down everything, and not just little white girls, all little,
everybody.
Well, mostly the little white girls, but. If we're being honest, and you got the little long neck dude with the black dude with the wide neck. Oh yeah,
you got Bad Baby.
Oh yeah, there's nothing. What's the other little white girl's name?
Iggy Azalea became popping again because of Instagram.
Is that? Oh, fuck her music. Iggy bad.
Yeah.
Iggy need to model. If we could shut the music down and she was a model, I feel like I would love Iggy.
Yeah.
But I just don't like that. She's an Australian woman. We all could agree with that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
she's born in Australia.
Yeah, and she sound like a nigga when she rap. Straight nigga. I'm like, where'd you get that from?
Yeah.
I would love to hear an Australian woman sound Australian and rap on the beats she heard.
I haven't really seen that, but I think it's the fact that music has evolved so much and it's expanded so much in the past couple of years because of all these social media websites. You feel me?
But don't you think that's watering it down a little bit?
It kind of is.
Do you think
it makes everybody think everything is so accessible, and which it is, but then it makes everything look so easy now.
Right.
Because people could literally just film themselves on a keyboard. I'm a producer now. Last night I saw a video of Russ, and he was over here just producing some shit, and it was hot. Next thing you know, the script gets flipped and it becomes a whole meme where he's producing some trash ass shit.
Right.
And you know what I mean? The internet's just very manipulative in that sense.
It gave the control to the people as well.
Yeah.
So we was talking about this in the barbershop a few weeks ago. Do you think the music industry was better when it was controlled by a few rich, powerful people? Or when they put the power, didn't it sound the quality of it that was put out when it was back in the 70s, 80s. Compared to now, anybody could just upload a song. You could record a song right now and put it in SoundCloud.
Yeah.
So do you think it was better then? Or do you think it's better now that with the freedom?
That's a really good question. I mean, I think there's still some people who are able to make it through, like a Chance the Rapper per se.
Right.
But I think if you want to take it like way back in the day, like the 70s and 80s, I think record labels and the artists were more like curated toward like one particular sound. So that's why you had like one Michael Jackson. That's why you had one Prince, and they stayed in their own lanes. So I think in a sense it was a lot better without the social media because now you have
30
Lil
Lil
this,
Yachty's.
Lil that, Young this, Young that.
Lil Windex. You heard of Lil Windex?
No, but I've heard of Lil Broomstick.
Is that a real person?
Yeah.
See, I'm probably a little stupid ass. Oh Lord! Look, I did not a video. I was on my Instagram Live, and they was showing me all these little goofy ass names. These can't be real people. And you go to their YouTube videos, like Lil Windex. I don't know the name of his song. He had like 30 million views on the music video.
That's crazy.
I'm like, with no talent at all, none whatsoever. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, do you find this stuff? But things have changed. Kids is watching other kids play video games. And I think technology, there's this report that came out like 2 days ago that people through the ages 18 and 30 or 31 are not having sex as much as the people that age back in the day. And it's technology because kids get to play with Fortnite and they get to,
yeah, I get you, because they're kind of like distracted from having sex at that point.
Like in some places, it wasn't shit to do but to fuck.
Yeah.
But now you can play Fortnite. You can jump on Instagram. I'm not saying Fortnite.
You go on Twitter, find some porn.
Exactly. Exactly. You don't even need no vagina. Like, you know what? This is too expensive. Let me just watch this porn up.
Let me just bust one out really quick.
And play Fortnite. You win the game. Order some Grubhub.
Damn, that's kind of crazy.
I can't see why you would not want to have sex. Sex is a beautiful thing
It really is.
Overall, if you think about it.
But I think with the way how everything moves, it's like we want everything so instantaneous.
What do you mean?
So
that sounds stupid because he said instantaneous and I got lost low key.
Like Instagram, for example, right? Like we want everything packed in a minute. So you know what I mean? So then everything's instant.
If you do it right, sex could be 1 minute.
I mean,
if you do it right, you could knock it out the ballpark. Both parties happy.
But you know what I mean? You need to make sure the other person in your party's there. You need to make sure.
Sometimes it don't be like that. Sometimes you gotta get one out, and then it's just there.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you hop on the internet, Pornhub's right there, Twitter's right there. Like,
cause think about this. Men, we produce, I think it's like 8 billion sperm a day.
Oh wow.
8 billion. Women, they make a bunch of eggs, but they only ovulate about 500 of them their whole lifetime. So 8 billion a day compared to 300 in a lifetime.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Men are supposed to have sex more. We supposed to get it out more. It's just science.
That makes sense.
I learned that from
that's some real shit.
Aretha Franklin or somebody like that.
I already like the way this podcast is going, man.
No structure. No structure. We went from Aretha Franklin.
We go from porn to Aretha Franklin. At this point, man, if you didn't know, this is James Andre Jefferson Jr., comedian. You could find him on Instagram and
Stripper.
Shit.
Yeah, but I appreciate you having me on here. I like your setup you got here.
This is probably the longest intro we've had. We're already like 9 minutes deep.
Because I interrupted the intro. I seen you clap. If you didn't clap, I wouldn't have been thrown off.
You know, sometimes I do end up like editing the videos and forgetting the clap is in the beginning.
I hate when when I do YouTube, and not my Instagram videos. When I do YouTube videos, I leave a part in it. Like I'll say a joke, and I'll be ha ha, and then I'll instantly my face gets straight, and then you see me going like, let's go, yeah, read it, because I just forget to edit that part out.
Yeah.
And my girl always does. I don't rewatch my stuff.
Really?
I don't.
So after you edit,
like my minute videos, I do.
Yeah.
But anything over like 4 minutes, I don't rewatch. Like after I edit it down, like I keep mental notes. Like I gotta edit this out, and sometimes I forget stuff, and I don't rewatch it, which I should, because I'm gonna fuck up one day, but which I have a few times.
Yeah, but you end up like not rewatching it because
I don't know. at all. Like I'm on a podcast with Garrison and them, and I've been on probably about 15 episodes. Ain't listened to one of them.
Wow.
I tell them all the time. I said I don't support us. I don't support us at all.
That's interesting because I find myself like looking back at all my interviews, trying to like see what I can improve on for the next one, and I do that pretty frequently.
Damn, that sounds mean. That makes me sound like I just don't give a fuck. Cause I don't. I wish I don't. Why don't I look at my stuff?
But I feel like comedians are. I mean, granted, like some comedians like really write their jokes down. Mm-hmm. Like you write some of your jokes too. But like, I think the spontaneity is something that comes out of like comedians a lot more than they do with regular people.
But what you just said right now, you said you look back at to see what you can improve on. That sounds like an amazing reason for any content creator or anybody that's performing in any way to look back. I'm pretty sure porn stars watch their own shit every now and then.
That's so awkward.
I mean, I don't think it would be. If I was a porn star, I would show everybody. Grandma, come on.
You got like 5 people jizzing on you. You want to watch that again?
Well, ain't nobody jizzing on me.
I'm saying.
I'm talking about for me. I ain't gonna have 5 people in my porn jizzing on me. I would hate to watch that.
That's all I'm saying, bruh. But yeah, like it's fuck. I don't even know where we just went. We've been talking about like fucking porn and sex for like the past 5 minutes. We need to like refresh this shit really quickly.
This is what I talk about lunch table.
James, how did you even like get into comedy, man?
I got into comedy. I first did stand up when I was 14 years old, and the reason I got into it, I remember I seen how did it go? I seen the Titanic. The movie in movie theaters.
Okay.
I was with my sister, and I was bored out of my mind. And I was thinking in my head, I was like, when the band was playing, I was like, this shit's stupid. Why y'all need to stay alive. And then like a year later, The Kings of Comedy came to movie theaters.
Okay.
And then Steve Harvey had a joke about how long that movie was. And exactly my exact thoughts I was having while I was watching the movie. And I'm like 13 at this time. And I'm like, oh, I love this. And I just started watching comedy. I started watching Rich Pryor, like little tapes, whoever had it around. And then on BET, when I was like 13, about to be 14, there was this show called Coming to the Stage, and it was a comedy show, and there was a little kid on there named Lil JJ. He was 13. I said, if he could do it, then why the fuck I can't do it?
Yeah.
And then that's when I started looking up. I was young. I was catching buses. I don't know where my mom just let me catch buses at night on school nights. But now that I think about it, I just be all right, Mom, I'm out. And I was very secretive about it. I just was doing it like from all the way from 14, 16. No, I did it for like a year. I got my first big show at Cal State Fullerton.
Okay.
And,
shout out the Titans.
Yeah, fuck them.
What was your show? What did you like prep for yourself to do for that show at Fullerton?
What did I prep? I remember there was another comedian there. I was in there kind of scared, and all he told me was, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger." And I kept saying that to myself. And the way I prepped was, I figured out when I do comedy, I can't have my friends in the front row. Nowhere near. Like, you had to be in the back somewhere hidden. Because I did the same show the second year with my friends in the front, and I was more nerve-wracking, and I kept looking at them, trying to make them laugh and saying, fuck everybody else. So, like, once I started doing stand-up again, I already told my girl this. I said, you got to make sure people don't sit in the front.
Yeah.
I don't even want my girl sitting in the front, which is just an easy thing to achieve.
That's understandable.
Yeah, that's... and then I got into YouTube when I was 19. I was actually, I heard this when Clear Channel back then, we was doing a live broadcast at Universal with JoJo and this band 303. You remember 303? Mm-mm. 303 is a band. They had like three songs. She just threw up the rock.
No, it's fine.
Oh, Andrew's over here like
Nico got a white girl that gang banging in the back.
303.
Oh, I see it.
Nobody give a fuck about that.
The Helen Keller song.
Yeah, the Helen Keller, and there's like another song. They had 2 songs on the radio at the time. So people, there was a big group.
Yeah.
And I remember I was there with Edwin, and we were just there. And then nobody really gave a fuck about 303. We had the lights on us. We had a nice big setup. We had a DJ who was giving out shirts.
It was a standard iHeart event.
Yeah, and people walked by and said, "Who's that?" Oh, 303. Oh, okay. Oh, the people on the radio. Nobody asked for a picture, and I wasn't shocked by it. But then later on in the night, while we have 303 still there, everyone's like, oh, And there's this little skinny white kid. I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? And I'm talking about cholos, old black ladies, little white kids, teenage black children, all knew who this little skinny white kid was. And me and Evan were like, who is that? Who's that? So I asked the cholo, because he was closest to me. I said, who's that? He said, oh, no, the little white kid. He does funny stuff on YouTube. And I was like, on YouTube? This is like 2009, so YouTube was there, but it wasn't popping like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you mean? You know him from YouTube? And that's when I started looking at it. And that's when I said, let me go in on YouTube. And then I got kicked off YouTube for some of my videos because they was a little too provocative at the time.
More provocative than what it is now.
You should see my videos from back in the day. If you think my videos are provocative now, I look like the Pope compared to who I was in 2014. I had to delete those videos online because I know if I ever get like super big, I get canceled.
I mean, when was the first time you got flagged, I guess?
See, that's the thing. There wasn't a flagging system at that time. YouTube just would kick you off.
Oh, wow. So
it was just like out of nowhere. Well, I made a video called "Fuck You" on Valentine's Day, and then they I forget what it was about, but I just remember calling it "Fuck You."
Yeah.
And that day I got an email from YouTube saying your account's being permanently banned or whatever, and so I said fuck. I said damn.
Fuck you.
Yeah. And then I don't know what happened. 8 months later I got it back. So I don't know what happened. But this is the story I tell everybody that is why I go so hard on Instagram and stuff like this. I was part of YouTube network. It was called Full Screen. Not Full Screen, Big Frame. And they had a sub YouTube network. YouTube network is like YouTube agencies for YouTubers and like an actor agency for YouTubers.
You mean those exist?
Don't do them. Don't do it. There's no reason to do them now. At that time, you needed them. But now, there's no fucking reason to do it. And so it was all black YouTubers, and so I signed with them. I was excited. I was making more money with them because all the ads were meant for black people.
Yeah.
So we got an email saying, "Oh, we're gonna go use this app. It's out on Apple. Out on iPhone today. Let's go shoot some videos for it." And I'm like, I have an Android, so fuck it. I'm not gonna do it. The people that were on the email were King Batch, Daystorm, those original Viners.
Yeah.
I could have been part of that. And at that time, King Batch had 1,000 less subscribers on YouTube than me. I was like, we only had like 7,000. He had like 6,000.
Damn.
And I was just like, and I just watched them all blow up. And that's why I got an iPhone now because of that reason.
So you basically decided not to like join that group because you had an Android?
Yeah. Ignorance.
Oh my God.
Ignorance. I remember we was all those black Viners from back in the day that started Vine, that blew up, were part of the same YouTube network. Every single one of them. Anybody on Vine within the first year was part of that YouTube network.
So then you kind of feel like you have a chip on your shoulder.
Yeah, I fucked up.
Louder. Yeah.
I completely fucked up. I fucked that up so bad. So that's why anytime I find a new app, I go hard on it just in case it does blow up.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. And that's how I actually just did good on Instagram because of another app that I was on.
Well, I see that like now, like you're probably one of the few people who go like extremely hard on like Instagram Live and even like on IGTV. Yeah. I just saw one of your videos just earlier today, and I'm just like, okay, like, when these things were introduced to us, we didn't really know what to do. But then I kind of see your shit like, yo, I'm gonna do like a random like Q&A at this point. I'm gonna make sure people are like always like subscribing to my shit, whether they want to or not.
And the reason why I do that is because I know if Instagram is trying to push something, they're gonna push content creators that's using it. You know what I mean? It's if you look at like people complain and bitch about stuff on Instagram, like the creators and YouTube, but you got to realize they're a business at the end of the day. They got to get their bread like you trying to get your bread. And if it comes by somebody's fucking my money up, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's exactly how Instagram thinks. So I've been shadow banned. I'm shadow banned right now, actually. You know shadow banned.
No, what does that mean?
Shadow banned means you have no discoverability. It means your hashtags don't work. You're not going to be on the Explore page. It's very hard for you to grow.
What gets you to a point in which you get shadow banned?
It's like stuff that you can use banned hashtags and stuff like that. Or a lot of times there are celebrities out there that don't like being talked about. So if their rep hits Instagram up saying, we're going to sue you and this person, And what is Instagram going to do? They're going to say, okay, well, accounts get deleted. There's one person that gets a lot of accounts deleted. It's Cardi B. Cardi B has gotten all type of blogs taken down.
That's crazy.
Think about this.
All they gotta do is
go on the Shade Room. They don't post Cardi B at all.
Look at this shit right now.
They don't. They went through a big league, and I don't know if it was a legal battle, but Cardi B has pushed pressure on all the big blogs. Now there's only one blog that posts them, and they're pro Cardi B. And I love Cardi B. Don't get me wrong.
I get you.
And they don't like that whole thing she went through just about a week or two ago. The Survivor and Cardi B thing. Think about it. It wasn't that big on Instagram because none of the big blogs posted it.
Oh, but then
because she has the power to get your shit shut down or get you shadow banned. And
but see, too, like I kind of see Instagram, and I've thought of this conversation a lot after watching a whole bunch of like Joe Rogan, Dave Chappelle, and all that. Right. It's like it kind of omits free speech at that point.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Because it's like even though Instagram is meant for photos, like either way, it is like probably one of the top sources for information. So for someone to just like, potentially just like throw down and be like, hey, we need all this shit off, it cuts off a whole bunch of free speech.
Oh yeah, for sure. It sucks. Like you have Facebook, they're actively getting white nationalists shut down on Facebook. And as a comedian and somebody that speaks a lot, that scares me. Like first of all, fuck white nationalists, fuck Nazis and all them. But still, if a group of people can get Facebook to say we're going to get these people kicked off, then the opposing group to get somebody to say I don't like what he's saying either. Yeah. Like I don't like what they're saying, but if this is a platform, we should be able to say, well, now if you're up there talking about little kids and shit like that, that's different.
Yeah,
But if you just have a radical opinion of something, then you know Alex Jones is?
Yeah.
How they kicked this motherfucker off the internet.
Yeah.
He can't go on eHarmony. He can't go MySpace. He is stuck. Alex Jones can't do a motherfucking thing on the internet. He can't. And that's scary that they could just all come together and get him kicked off the internet. Like he's banned from the internet. And he can't post shit because of his. He did fuck up. Alex Jones said some weird stuff. I forget
I don't know, just between all the conspiracy theories that he
the main
meshes
one
up with.
He said something about the elementary shooting. The one, what's the elementary shooting with the Sandy Hook? He said that was fake. There was all crisis actors, and he's saying a lot. So that pissed a lot of people off.
Yeah, for sure.
So I see why, but it's still like for the internet to come together and ban somebody.
Yeah, well, I think even after watching a Joe Rogan podcast, they were interviewing the Twitter execs, right? Mm-hmm. And I think the Twitter exec was trying to explain that they wouldn't ban somebody for a generalization of their thoughts, but if it was targeted, that's when they're kind of more prone to kick somebody out. So let's say if you were saying this company was a piece of shit, that's fine.
Right.
But if you are targeting, let's say Ange, for example, they're more prone to kick you off because it's it's more personal at that point.
And Twitter's better with it because Twitter will let you know, hey, just want to let you know you fucked up and you can't tweet or use Twitter for X amount of time.
Yeah.
Instagram, you just can't log on.
Yeah.
Instagram doesn't give, when I'm shadow banned, they don't tell you, oh, you're shadow banned. You just realize, you look at numbers and you what the fuck going on? And then you just do the test, you figure it out, and you be like, I would love. What's the word? When somebody, transparent with you.
Okay.
There you go. When people are transparent, I get you. You're a company, so just be transparent with us. I know I'm shadow banned. It's so easy to tell. I can tell if your shit is shadow banned.
How can you tell?
If your hashtags don't work. If your hashtags
if you just click and then there's nothing there.
I have I use my hashtag James Andre Jefferson Jr. When I'm fully shadow banned, when you click a hashtag, it immediately goes to top, and it goes to recent. When you're fully shadow banned, you won't be on either one. But when you're half shadow banned, you won't. You can go to recent, but you never be on top. And my videos go to top no matter what hashtag I use.
Yeah.
I go to top all the time. So I can't be on top right now, which sucks. Because a lot of people ain't going to recent hashtags, which I'm not really bitching about. Don't I get it. It's been there. People got kids that's hungry and shit.
Yeah.
So I ain't really concerned about it. You just gotta keep pushing, keep grinding.
But I mean, that must suck because like, to maybe yourself and to like a whole bunch of other people, like it's the YouTubes and the Instagrams and the Facebooks that help the income keep coming in.
But that's the thing is,
So-
if you know the game, like most people that complain, like myself, haven't even read the terms and the community guidelines to Instagram, which I haven't. So I can't sit up there and complain and be like, "Oh, you didn't tell me shit," when they could pull out a sentence out their community guidelines and be like it's like you got. I'm not paying to use Instagram. Instagram's not paying me directly. They could do whatever the fuck they want to do. So I have to stay within I got to stay within their lines. If I want to make the rules, I make my own shit somewhere completely has nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
And on not YouTube, Facebook, you have to make your own things. If you're not using your product, you can't really complain about it unless you're paying for it, of course.
Yeah.
Because it's free.
Huh.
You feel? It's just like it's nothing's just like it's like if somebody you let somebody stay in your house, right?
Yeah.
And they start complaining about shit. You be like, hold on, you're not paying to stay here. You better shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. I guess at that point, like, it's even more cautious and even, like, more prominent for us to be, like, active, I guess not only on like, the social media aspect, but, like, just the fact that, like, we need to be active in real life. Because I remember one time walking around with you at, like, the BET experience, like, me and James were walking around. Kid comes up to us. You're James Andre Jefferson Jr. And I'm over here looking at, like, this motherfucker, like, who the fuck does this guy think he is?
You thought me or
yeah, about you.
Oh.
About you, I was like, what the fuck? He was like, yeah. I was like, what? But like that alone showed me like, yo, this guy is he's a real life person who's impacting people in real life.
Man, it never gets old when people recognize me from my videos, and it's such an awkward thing because I don't know what to say. Like I see where people be like my girl tells me like, you gotta smile more. I said, okay, cool, I gotta smile. I don't know like I don't know what to do with the conversation. Oh, you're James, yeah. How's your day? I don't know. Like I gotta get better at that. That's what Natalia for Big Boys Border Show was telling me. You gotta be better at just act like you know everybody.
Yeah.
Just act like, oh, how you doing? And because now I'm in a place where I can't assume you know me from my Instagram. You might know me from high school. I just don't remember who you was.
That's hilarious.
And I was at the movie theaters and I was going there. Somebody said, I know you. This is why I never assume anymore where you know me from. And I was like, she sat there for like probably 30 seconds. And I was like, what? I said, from Instagram. She said, no. Oh, you're Roland's big brother. That's my little brother.
Yeah.
I said, okay, cool. So after I was just like, okay, so I can't assume people know who the fuck.
Kind of keeps you grounded at that point.
No, but because I remember I met another YouTuber. You know Timmy Delaghetto?
Yeah.
I met him at the club at DV8 actually, way a long time ago, and I knew who he was. And I don't know why I acted like I didn't know who he was. And his response was, when I said, I know you. And he looked at me like I don't know what to tell you. And that's how I act. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. Either you know me or not. If you say something like, oh, from Instagram, I say, yeah. But like, I'm not going to assume because I'm not fucking Prince.
Yeah.
I'm not Michael Jackson just walking around like you can't. It's fun. And it's at a time it's weird because you might walk into somewhere and people might see you. And like, I have a raggedy ass car. I got a Nissan Altima 2006. I got so one of my followers think I'm living life. Yeah. They see me in that shit. They like, this nigga, he got 500,000 followers. What the fuck going on?
Yeah. That shit, dude, because the followers don't translate to money.
They don't. That's why I said I hope I have my car still, and I hope I hope the shadow ban ends if I can get to 500,000. Yeah. I'm gonna make a video, like showing everybody like these followers don't mean shit. Yeah, it's just like some of these girls out there on Instagram. These Instagram models, you see them outside of Instagram. They look like
you sound like you've witnessed that experience before.
Yeah, I do. I can't think of her name because I'll call her out. Yeah, I ain't scared to call people out. But I seen her, I was like, I said, you look nothing like your Instagram. Them likes don't mean a motherfucking thing.
Yeah. Shit, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of like how them being like Instagram models, they kind of have to like upkeep their shit the same way like you keep your shit up like on a fucking daily. So that must mean you're always on the internet searching for shit.
Oh, all the time. And I didn't realize how bad it was because every times where I wake up in the morning, and we have a group message, Angie and Garrison, and I send them news before it gets big because I know like I just like okay, like it's been slow, mostly because rest in peace Nipsey Hussle,
Yeah.
and a lot of stuff has been focused on that, which it should be, and so there's not really anything that's going on. There's only a bunch of sub stories within that. Like I don't know if you've seen what Future.
No, I haven't.
Future
seen
left. If somebody says something about just pretty much about helping the community, we got to do better. Like blah 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 blah. And Future said, yeah, that's the Future came in and said that's what I've been doing. And everybody like, Future, you ain't been doing shit.
Yeah,
you got 6 baby
weird.
mamas.
Yeah,
you can't even take care of them.
And even at that point too, it's like, bro, don't make Nipsey's death about yourself, bro.
I'm starting to think a lot of people are.
It really is because I see a whole bunch of people posting like Nipsey tributes, like their songs. And I'm like, bro, like
I have gotten probably about a good 10 emails or DMs about people asking me to post their video of them rapping.
Damn.
And I'm just like, bro, like I get that we're celebrating his life and everything, but I see a lot of people are using his death as clout chasing, and which sucks because that's what everybody does. Everybody clout chases. Like you're making these videos hoping for people to view it, but you're not. Your intent is to build something.
Yeah.
If I hate people that clout chase with no intent of building something. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I just want to be famous for what? Huh? What are you doing? Okay, now that you jumped off the roof and busted your knee, what's next?
Yeah.
You got 1 million followers.
You gonna bust the other knee?
Yeah, exactly. There's so many just stupid people just be famous just because, and that's what I even when like Vine started, it was still like people that didn't want to be famous. The people that wanted to be famous just jumped on Vine.
Yeah,
and there was watchers. Now everyone is trying to be famous for no fucking reason.
Well, because I think people really attach comedy and fame together, right? Like the more funnier you are, the more likely people are going to like you, right?
Right.
So you see somebody get hurt, you see somebody like punching themselves in the face, whatever the fuck, like they're relating to that, like, okay, I can be famous off being like this funny example.
And you can make money. Don't get me wrong.
And you can. But like the way I see like your brand, for example, right? Like you're actually getting like newsworthy stuff and just like spinning it in like your own way, in which it's like, A, it's conveying information, and B, like you're just a naturally funny guy. So then it just goes hand in hand. Right.
That's where you have to, when you coming up, like when you're yourself, people fuck with you more.
Yeah.
Like when you even if it takes longer, like of course you can go set your nipple on fire or whatever they be doing on Instagram to give views, but it's like, what does that translate to 2 years from now?
Yeah.
Oh, you that fat nigga that set your nipple on fire, ain't you? Yep, that's me.
And
you can't get a job from it. Yeah, you can't go on TV. Like you're done. You're trending, but then you had like some of my favorite people are like people like Jess Hilarious. Who else do I like? I like Hot Davis' stuff. Who's like your favorite people on
Dude,
Instagram?
there's like, I forgot this one fool's name, but like basically he's a black dude who does a spin-off on like all anime shit.
Is he like super loud? Take my V card?
Nah, God, I need to find him, man. This shit was just way too funny. I'm actually in like an Instagram group chat with like my best friend from the Bay Area, so he be sending me videos all the time. God.
You like that couple, that the Puerto Rican couple?
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, Supreme Dreams 1.
Oh yeah,
bro, he is so funny. Like he did this whole video about like how dudes be avoiding eye contact on FaceTime.
Yeah, man. Hey, did you hoop today? No, it was too cold outside, so nobody really showed up like that. Nobody really showed up. Yeah. Hey, you remember that girl Rebecca? Yeah, what happened? Bro, I'm starting to talk to her, bro.
It's true, I think.
Bro, I said, damn, you fine as hell, bro.
Bro, look at the next shit.
At that point, talk on the phone.
Exactly.
Bro, I'm saying, bro, I was live, bro, when she texted me back, bro.
No, me and my best friend, we look at each other, me and Cameron.
You in the door, bro.
Look at that shit.
No, I missed it.
Oh, he flipped this shit. That's funny.
Bro,
he did the one about the ball don't lie that made me laugh. Did you see that one?
I didn't see that one.
That one was hilarious.
Shit.
But it's so We make stupid people famous.
Yeah.
And social media makes us focus on the wrong things. I think with Nipsey Hussle, I don't think a lot of people got to appreciate Nipsey Hussle while he was alive, because we was focused on stuff like Tekashi, focus on just whoever's trending, and then meanwhile you have this black man that's still very young. I think he was 33, 32, and buying a property, giving people that look like him jobs. He owned about 4 strip malls in Crenshaw, I think. And a lot of people did not know that, including myself. And because we focus on such stupid things because they're more entertaining.
Yeah.
And you can't be mad at people. It's just the way our minds are set. Like, we have so much information being thrown at us every fucking day. I think, like, everything is just ruined by social media.
Well, I think because, like, you know, even having, like, a news background, right? Like, I did broadcast journalism news, like, in college. And my professor had always told me, like, you know, the unfortunate situation is that if it bleeds, it leads. So, you know, when you're watching the news, like, people are more than likely going to tune in if someone got killed, someone got stabbed, somebody got ran over. So then I think as a society, we tend to try to, like, balance that out by going towards everything that's more entertaining, everything that's more funny. So
it didn't change. It just took a different form, really. Because we was always like that. So no matter what, even if it was watching news in the early 90s, if you're ironing your clothes and you hear on the news the lead and they said, Lil Timmy just won perfect attendance for being in school for all 5 years, you gonna say fuck that. But 3 niggas got shot at 2:00 in the morning. You know, what the fuck going on? You would be like that. Which it's cool because I'm like that. I love drama.
Yeah.
I just wish, I don't know how you could say, like, I know there's people that paid attention more and got a chance to appreciate Nipsey for who he was, but there's a lot of people in America across this world that looked at him just as another black thug rapper.
Yeah. Because at that point, it's kind of like, because nobody really knew what was going on with him and, like, his hood, I guess the question comes down to, how do we balance the entertainment aspect of the world with, like, things that are actually affecting people?
How do you balance that?
Like, you know what I mean? How do we make ourselves more aware about Nipsey Hussle and everything good that he was doing for the community, while also having the Tekashi 6ix9ines, like, in the world?
It's a way to doing it, because, like, one of my favorite rappers, because sometimes I choose their lifestyle over their actual songs. I love Jadena.
I love Jadena.
Love Jadena.
Yes.
Love his music, his album he came out with. Loved every second of it. I liked what he represented, a black man. I think he turned down Harvard, I think, or he went to Harvard. I forget what college he went to. And he's always in a suit. Just a black man rapping, sounds good, dressed up, and he's a great look for young black men. Amazing look. Still says nigga, still acts like me on a normal basis, but he knows how to dress the way he does. And I think that's important, just as important as having a Nipsey Hussle that's from the streets and still dresses the way he dresses and is still making moves in a community where he grew up.
Well, you know, like, when Jadena first came out, it was Classic Man, featuring Kendrick Lamar, and automatically.
Did he have one before that?
Not a hit. Classic Man was definitely his hit.
I heard something before Classic Man. I can't think of the name of it.
Probably on a Janelle Monáe song.
Okay, that's what I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then, like, as the years went by, I started to notice. I think I saw him on, like, the Luke Cage soundtrack.
Okay, I remember that.
Yeah. And then, you know, as the years go by, I end up seeing how active he is, not only in America, but also in, like, Africa, too. You know what I mean? Like, he'll go back and he'll give back to the communities. He'll teach kids, like, seminars, you know, like, this is how you can be successful as a black man. And I'm like, yo, like, that's insane that you're going back to your country where realistically you're not supposed to make it out.
Right.
And those are the stories that I feel like need to get shared more. But then even at that point, it's that line between, like,
who's going to watch that story?
Who's gonna watch that story? Who really gives a fuck?
It's like if Jadena died, which we hope it doesn't. It would look great. Jadena was in his country helping young African kids. He was doing this and that. But right now, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody. When did Nipsey died on Tuesday?
On Sunday.
On Sunday. On Saturday, nobody gave a fuck that he was meeting up with the chief of police, LAPD. Nobody cared about that. But when he died, we cared. Which it sucks because people we don't get. That's what I was saying earlier. We don't get to appreciate people's work outside of their art until they pass away.
Yeah.
Which is sad. Like I wish I would have known some of the things I know about Nipsey beside his music. Like I said, I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know any of that shit either. So once the news comes out, it kind of like makes people think like, oh yeah, he was a great guy, so we should celebrate him more. And then, I mean, I guess that's in a sense too. That's also what kind of like outrages people even more. Like, man, he was doing so well.
Right.
You know, you had to like.
Yeah, because you read it, you like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Y'all shot this nigga? After all this shit he doing for us? And you just keep reading shit. You go, oh, and he doing this? Doctors. The fuck? And then, of course, there are people that knew all of that. I'm just saying, as far as the masses knew. If the masses knew that, they it's just... And it's that's why a lot of... I was having this conversation with a friend of mine. He was talking about, like, I think more rappers need to do stuff for their communities. I said, I think most rappers do. They just don't get... People don't talk about it. They said all they talk about is if they
who's
got in a
beefing
fight,
with who?
who's beefing
Who's
with
fucking
who?
who?
Yeah, exactly. That's all they're talking about. They don't talk about Snoop Dogg's football league. They don't talk about people, Vic Mensa going to his inner city in Chicago. They don't talk about New York rappers doing just. And I'm not even talking about the biggest rappers. I'm talking Vic Mensa's not a huge rapper, but he still gives back. A lot of black rappers, or a lot of rappers in general, go back to their communities. And they help. It might be on a small form, it might be on a large scale.
Yeah, you know, like a couple of years ago, back when I was living in downtown LA, I had heard that Snoop Dogg was going to meet with the mayor.
Right.
So I walked my ass down the street just to see if it was going to actually happen. Snoop Dogg, Russell Simmons.
Right.
And I kept on looking at them like, you know what? Not a lot of people would do that type of shit, nor did they, choose to publicize it.
Right.
But here you have, like, myself included, everybody with their phones out, like, praising these people, like, wow, you guys actually give a fuck about the city. You guys give a fuck about gang violence and trying to, make sure that the Bloods and Crips can, like, really get along in this community, because we realize that there's way more black lives getting lost by, like, a fucking gun by, like, police. But it's senseless to kind of see, like, black on black crime at that point, too.
Right.
I was having that conversation with DJ Head, and he was basically saying how, like, it's a big loss for the black community at that point too, because you see so much like white on black crime. So when it's like black on black crime, it's kind of like, bruh,
right,
for real.
It's just like what just happened. It's kind of like like we go so hard for a different race killing us, and then we lighten up when a black person kills a black person, which it sucks. I think people have to treat case by case when situations when you hear stories like with Like, I think a lot of movements, like, let's just say it could be a feminist movement, it could be a civil rights movement. I think they get watered down when, let's say, a little black kid in Chicago is playing with a toy gun, gets shot within seconds of the cops coming out the car. Yeah, that's fucked up. But then the following week, older black gentleman has a gun in his hand and gets shot by the cops. And we give the same energy we gave to Tamir Rice, the little black kid in Chicago, that we get to this man, when honestly, that cop might have been in the right because he had a gun in his hand and he really did feel fair. Yeah. That's why we have to treat every story. I think we group things so much in America. We're like, just because one girl is faking her Me Too allegation, that must mean all the girls are faking. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So, because this cop was right, that means all the cops are right to shoot all those unarmed black kids. You got to break it down. Like, we have so much going on with people fighting so many different things at the same time. If we just focused on one individual thing, we would get some shit done. But we had the Women's March on Tuesday, and then we got we fighting for
breast cancer awareness on
Wednesday. Then the Special Olympics lost their budget on Thursday. But if we just took all those days, and it sounds kind of fucked up, but we tell people, hey, y'all gonna have to shut the fuck up right now because we gotta get this shit done. Y'all next. We gotta like get these, because right now we just kind of throwing stuff, seeing hopefully something sticks. Yeah, I think everyone needs to focus on one thing, and hopefully it works. The people that need to hear it are. I'm more Malcolm, less Martin. I feel not because they demonize Malcolm X. All he wanted was for the black people to get up on their own. That's all he wanted. And he also said, if you put your hands on us, it'll be the last time.
Yeah.
I don't see no problem with that. If you don't want don't start none.
Yeah.
That's all he.
Don't poke the bear.
Exactly. and so with black people, like, it's so many different things. People like on the internet, like something happens, Gucci, H&M. People say, oh, black people are always upset, and it's kind of like what people don't understand is black people are in a sense fed up in a sense where, like, let's say you're a manager, you work at Starbucks, and one of your employees is always doing this thing wrong.
Yeah.
So even though he shows signs of that. No, better yet, you got a fucking cousin that comes over and you know he steals. Even if he steals a fork, you're gonna blow up on him because that's what he's known for. So America's in a position where we've been being treated bad in this country for so long. Even the littlest things piss us off because it's not. Oh, we're not pissed off just at Gucci. We're pissed off at every single thing that we keep getting harassed about. But with social media, you see people, oh, you guys aren't happy for it. You just, no, you're not fucking happy. And some people say, oh, we ended slavery. That don't mean you ended racism.
But I mean, in a sense, could you argue that, like, maybe all these issues have been, like, put off for so long? Because not too long ago, like,
put off by who?
Just the public, man. Because, like, what?
White people.
White
she
people.
pointed at
Yeah,
her skin.
white people. Yeah. you can talk, Ange.
She didn't want to. She didn't want to self-hate herself.
But you know what I mean? Like, you. But you know, like, you can go back and watch, like, a I Love Lucy, like, you know, show, right? And then you see Lucy just being in the house doing, like, womanly things. That wasn't too long ago.
Right.
And then, like, just decades later, now we're getting, like, women, like, fighting more for their rights because back in the day, I don't know, I guess everything was just, like, put off. So in a sense, I kind of feel like it's really difficult to get it to a case-by-case basis because everything from the past was just so held in or, like, pressed down to the point where, like, if you hold something together, it's only a matter of time before it explodes. And right now, it's like we're not even, like, past, like, we're in the explosion right now.
Right. Do you think we are? You think it's worse? I don't think the explosion happened.
Oh shit!
I think a lot of shit is gonna go down, and that's like conspiracy theories and stuff like that. You
get your Alex Jones on.
Yeah.
Kick us off the internet.
I just think that the people need to realize that sometimes you have to shut the fuck up. I'm talking about black people, white people, and listen. It's like with the Trumpers. Let's take Trump's for people. Trump's people are too passionate. They won't hear, oh, Trump did this. They're not gonna hear that. They're like, fuck. He goddamn. What the fuck you mean? That's exactly. They don't hear shit. Oh yeah, Trump did this. Okay, and. Trump literally said he'd stand in the middle of the Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody, and everybody cheered him. Yeah, and that's true. That's why, like with the whole Trump thing, I don't think the smartest thing is to do to impeach him, because his people are crazy. I ain't talking about nothing but White House. I'm talking about his people. Yeah, they have the guns. Like Trump's people are Second Amendment. They love that shit. They got an army ready to go. If you try, that's why I think abandoning guns is not. It'll never work.
That's not ever gonna work.
Those motherfuckers in them woods. I wish you would try to take their shit. I wish you would try to roll up and say, hey, just let you know, we know you're registered. 57 guns. The new laws, we have to ban them, so we got to take them all. I wish you would. That's like trying to take a piece of chicken from a nigga. It's not gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. So I just feel like this is stupid, but you seen The Purge? Yeah. The Purge says something that is so I just think about it all the time. Like when they say their speech before the Purge night. Yeah. It says the new founding fathers. That's how they started off. We need a reset button. At the time they made all these laws, the Constitution, niggas wasn't even human to people at one point in time. Yeah. We're the only race of people that has an amendment that says we're human. Oh, everyone else is human. We're the
crazy.
only people. So when those laws, this is where I tell people, fuck racism. Call me a nigger. I don't give a fuck. Call me whatever you want. That's not racism. Racism is you think you're better than me just because of the color of your skin. So you don't have to name call me. You could just think you're better than me. Racism is I'm better than you because I'm white.
Yeah.
How you doing, Tyrone? People, they act out racism and then, that's racist. When the truth is, some people are just ignorant and they might not know what they're doing, which...
Damn.
What?
You see that? That's crazy.
Yeah. It's
well, because I don't get a lot of people who actually see that because I'm on that same wavelength. The fact that, like, maybe sometimes that person just is an ignorant piece of shit.
Yeah.
And they don't know any better.
And that's why I tell people Trump is the worst type of racist. He's a person that doesn't know he's racist. Huh? That's everyone's white dad. Damn, Angie, that's what we say. All white dads are like that. Damn.
Going back to generalization.
I like white dads. She said 99.9% all white dads. Every single one of you ignorant sons of bitches. But what was I saying?
Trump doesn't even know he's racist.
Yeah, Trump doesn't even know he's racist. He just in his head he knows he's better than all racists because he's a white man with money, of course. So it's some what's that word? Classism? Is that the word? There's some classism in this too. He knows he's better than poor people. He knows he's better than black people, and it shows.
Yeah.
But he's not that different type of racist where it's like, oh, I can't be around black people. You get what I'm saying? Like I could be around you. We could be at the table together. Yeah, of course. But I'm better than you. Just know that. And that's.
So then, what do you think about, like? I mean, even though it was like a couple months ago, what'd you think about, like, Kanye meeting with him?
Kanye is the thing that pissed me off the most. Is he's a piece of propaganda for the rest of his life. He's gonna be able to be, no matter what Trump gets to say, fucking Kanye fucks with me. That's propaganda. He gets the only reason Trump won the second Kanye tried to hug him. Trump looked like, look it, I'm good, I'm okay. And I don't think, like me personally, I don't like attacking people for your political opinions. If you fuck with Trump, I could fuck with you. I don't care. Like we all have different opinions. We all grew up different backgrounds, and you might like him because you don't understand my life and why I dislike him, and I can't force you to feel that. So, if someone like Kanye sees that, I think it's important for black people that are against it to attack Kanye on social media, because we have to show the younger black people that this is not okay. Not because we hate your political opinion, but we have to show that even though this is your favorite rapper, this is not okay. That's why I talk a lot of shit about things like Gucci and stuff like that when they might not really affect me. Because when I was growing up, I have a story. When I was 18, I got pulled over by the cops. I was in the passenger seat. I had a white guy driving. My friend was driving, white friend. And the cops came to my window. They asked for my ID. They asked me if I had drugs, all just typical stuff. Didn't ask him shit. And he was driving. And so when they left, we was on our way to a party. I was like, come on, let's go. I was cool with it. And he was like, what the fuck was that? And so I think about that when I make my videos, because it's like in my head, that's the way it was. I have to put up with that. I'm black. That's the relationship between cops and black people. I have to put up with that. But now that I'm older and I'm more conscious of things, I look at shit like I look at a monkey on a sweater, and I'm saying, you know what? We don't have to put up with this shit. I know blackface has been said is okay at one point in time. We don't have to put up with that shit. We can voice our opinions. You don't have to agree with our opinions, but I am always going to voice my opinion. I could have a heated debate with somebody and be cool with them afterwards. Yeah. That's just how it is. I'm not going to confine to somebody just because to make you feel comfortable.
Yeah. But then it must be kind of like aggravating to know that. I think, going back to like Future, I think even he was like, fuck it, I'm still wearing Gucci.
It's aggravating, but it's I understand because we was all most people were like that at one point in their life. Like fuck what everybody's going through. You know what I mean? Like there's a point in time in my life, the Tommy Hilfiger was racist, and I probably still would have wore Tommy Hilfiger. So I'm not mad, but at the same time, when you have a platform, you are making us look stupid and weak. That's what who was saying that? T.I. was saying that they're boycotting all these hotels in Hollywood and Florida, all these owned by this guy that kills gay people. I don't know the whole story, so don't get me. I don't know what the whole story is, but they're sticking together. The LGBT community is sticking together to fight this man, and that's what T.I. was saying. We need to stick together and fight this man. It doesn't hurt if somebody down the street is wearing Gucci, because he probably bumped into 6 black people in that day. But Young Thug wears the same Gucci sweater. He's exposed it to about 1 million people. And now there's kids watching like, okay, if Young Thug ain't tripping, why should I trip?
Yeah.
I'm more concerned about the youth. You restart with the youth. And there's a lot of things that happen in history, in our black history, that we don't know. And out of regular, traditional history we learn in high school, middle school, they water it down a lot. It's a lot of shit in there. You be like, nah, that ain't the story.
Columbus was a good guy.
Exactly. Once you think about it, so Columbus rode to over here, and he thought he was in India. He called the people there Indians, and we never changed the name back. Yeah. They've been Indians this whole time. The entire time.
What's a Native American?
And that's another fucked up thing is, I hate that we call Native Americans Native Americans, because this land was called something before we got here. And they had a name. We just gave them Native Americans. Like, okay, Native America means America was always here. America was not always here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like if somebody busts into your house right now and kill you, and then tell your girl, okay, you native apartment 136. You go, no, it's just
we always been here.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, if you just really like, if you read the textbooks in the history, but it looks so just okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But if you just think about it, like, oh, so y'all just think. So how did y'all get the people to leave their own land? Like, what happened there? How did you? Oh, we got the slave. How'd y'all get the slaves on the ship? What happened there?
Willingly.
Yeah, like, come on, like, there's some shit.
We good.
And we'll never know, because history is his story, whoever the winner is.
Yeah. Like,
we don't know if the South won the civil rights, the South won the Civil War. We'd be reading completely different history books right now.
Yeah.
Completely different history books. So we'll never know.
Well, that's why I feel like it's important for, people like you and your power, or a lot of like black actors and directors, to make sure that there's a sense of like social awareness. Like, for example, like watching Us, right? You watched Us?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize that Hands Across America like actually happened, but to kind of like spin it off in a way in which like it's reflective of how like not only like black people, but like people like across America, there's like a whole group that's just like totally unaccounted for.
Right.
It makes you kind of like self-reflect in that sense of like, well, shit, like there's like a whole bunch of history that we're unaware of, but thank God somebody like a Jordan Peele wants to like shed light on this one particular moment in history and give us like his insight on what he thinks.
Right. That's another like information. It's too much information out there. I don't think people are meant to handle this much information.
Yeah.
That's
why everything's just so passive now.
Yeah. So it's literally, you'll see something, you see somebody die on the news, and you tweet about it an hour later. You talking about, oh, I'm with my bitches now. We about to go out. Forgot about completely, because like I'm the type of person, like if me and my girl get in an argument, all I have to do is get it out. I have to say what I need to say, and I'm good. Won't be mad, won't be upset. I just have to get it out one time, and then I'd be cool. That's how people treat Twitter. I'm very upset with Trump, what he did. He shouldn't have did this, and they're over it after they send a tweet. I feel so much better about myself.
But see, like, it's kind of a good and a bad thing at the same time.
Good for who? It's good for the government.
Yeah.
Because government ain't getting that many protests and marching because everybody tweeting about it and start hashtags don't do shit. Hashtags don't do a damn thing. The only thing that works is demonstration. Think about the civil rights movement. When was the first big time the civil rights movement started to work?
Just right then and there.
With fucking Rosa Parks. And why? You start fucking with white people's money. They demonstrated, and nobody was on the bus. First time you fucked with their money, the bus company had their hand in the government. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah, we need to get these niggas back on the damn bus. Give them what the fuck they want so we can get our money. And that's, you got to fuck with people's money.
Yeah.
Just imagine, not a Gucci, just imagine, let's say Gucci, one of their biggest distributors is Walmart. And we can't attack Gucci, but we could attack Walmart. We said we want to make sure you're out of Walmart. So minorities aren't going to buy. We're not going to shop at Walmart. We're going to go to Target for now.
Yeah.
Because some things is unrealistic. So some boycotts is too. Oh, we're going to boycott gas. So what you mean?
What you mean, man?
I gotta get like something.
Everybody pull up on their Lime scooter one time.
Yeah, Razor scooters. But yeah, it's some boycotts are unrealistic, and there's too many boycotts.
Yeah.
You got to focus. We have too much going on. Too much going on. And at the same time, I understand why people are so upset, especially like you have two sides. You have, like, let's say black people and white people, not to separate us, but you have white people. Everyone's trying to get to this. There's a group of white people that's trying to get, like Angie, you're trying to get to equality. Mm-hmm. And then you have other white people that just don't give a fuck, and you have white people that are actively fighting us for it could be exactly how it is. Then you got a group of black people. You got black people that are fighting it. You got other black people that don't give a fuck, and you got the inside niggas, the niggas that's working against us inside our communities. So while we're trying to meet equality, it's not like we're coming like this. We're going like this. We're fighting an uphill battle. So while you're up here saying we're trying to make it work, we're still living a fucked up lifestyle because of situations you put us in.
Yeah.
So we're fighting an uphill battle. So it's not so easy. It's like if you're at the fucking airport and they say, "Oh, you're at an 8-hour delay." You're gonna be like, "That's fucked up." We don't know what to tell you. They're not experiencing the 8-hour delay. They're at work regardless.
They're just doing their shit.
They're just doing whatever they got to do. So they're coming from a position and not understanding how it feels to be in the 8-hour delay. They're just making an announcement. I don't know if that was a good comparison. Angela, was that a good one?
Yeah, okay. It made sense.
Okay, just making sure.
It made sense.
Because sometimes I be talking, I don't know if I make sense with that one. Sound like a crackhead.
One thing I wanted to ask you, how do you decide what's newsworthy? You personally.
What's newsworthy? It's the bigger I get, the harder it gets.
That's what she said.
That was perfect. I hear a lot of those. That one was cordy. Most of the time they be cordy as hell. But I made a video about New Zealand, okay? And then I had a lot of New Zealand shooting where a lot of, what was it? Not Muslims. It was the, what's the other one? Christians? No, not the Christians. What is it? Let's just say Muslims for now, but I forget there's a different religion that they're called. I forget. What's the...
Let's just look.
Let's look. Yeah.
It's okay. I don't want you to be wrong.
Yeah, you gotta get these things right.
Apple AirPods, no, New Zealand.
Oh no. So it's not gonna be on my video.
Yeah.
Okay. So Muslims,
it is Muslims. Okay.
A lot of Muslims got shot that day. I'm thinking something else. We're gonna figure it out when I get out of here. I promise you. Before we get off. And so a lot of my Jewish followers hit me up and say, "Why you didn't do a video about the Jewish shooting that happened 2 months ago?" And I'm like, I don't know. I don't have an answer. So now it's like I'm picking and choosing, and I feel like in a sense Fox News, like some of the things we hate and other people we do ourselves all the time.
Yeah. So
I'm like, damn, how did I choose that? So I have to actively choose videos that align with what I believe in. It's not, and if I don't make a video about it, doesn't mean I don't care.
Or that you don't believe in it.
No, I do. No, well, I'm not gonna say that.
Okay.
So you don't believe in Jewish people getting shot? Nah. I noticed that. Like, I'm still learning, as a content creator, because I'm not making skits. I'm talking about some real shit sometimes. So I take chances and I take risk, and sometimes people are not going to agree with my opinion. And I'm seeing that, and I see a lot of other people. One thing I learned in my journey: don't respond to people. Don't respond, because then you'll find yourself always responding.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't let people know what gets you upset.
Yeah.
Like somebody got on and said, your girlfriend's a dirty whore bitch. I responded that's gonna come with 10 more on my next video.
Yeah.
Because they know I'm gonna respond to that. They want to get emotion out of me. So that's why I actively, if somebody says something disrespectful, I come back with comedy in a sense. Like, calm down, go eat a turkey sandwich or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then the people don't, because I see content creators all the time. They might do a skit and they might make fun of a Muslim person, and then Muslim people get upset. Now it's a thing in their comments, all that exists. Oh, I don't deal with this racist bitch because she doesn't like Muslims or whatever, and it's just always there. But then you see people that ignore their problems, everything goes away.
Yeah,
because anybody's making content for the most part. The world of the internet, we don't look at intentions. We look at our perspective.
Yeah.
If we sometimes understood people's more intentions, like if I made a joke about Muslims, my intentions was to make you laugh at all. Now I understand I maybe shouldn't have said that joke, but my intentions was to make you laugh. Your perspective, because a lot of times we never get to see people's intentions because we're so upset already. And we're saying, oh, you're racist for saying that in the first place. No way in fucking hell. You're smart enough. You should know that. I'm just trying to make you laugh, boo. I'm sorry that I offended you. And a lot of times as content creators, we're very prideful people. So we don't like to apologize for comedy. Sometimes you shouldn't have to apologize for comedy, but at the same time, it's 2019. Like everything from technology to any job fields, you have to adapt to it.
Yeah.
So comedians, content creators have to adapt to sensitive times.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's how I feel like comedians like really thrive, because you're always constantly commenting of like what's going on in the world. In a sense, you're kind of like a news reporter in that sense.
And that's another thing.
Like seeing like people like Trevor Noah,
yeah,
like do his skits on like Comedy Central. It's like that shit is funny and it's real at the exact same time.
Right. And it's funny because it depends who you are at the same time. Like Trevor Noah gets away with, like if Trevor Noah says a joke, he gets away with it sometimes. But if somebody else on a different television show says it, they will catch hell. Maybe because Trevor Noah's black. Whatever the reasons. It depends who you are, and it depends on your what's the word? Fucking how everybody looks at you. I don't know the word.
Perception,
perspective of you. If you have I'm trying to think of an example in my head. I can't think of it, but you get what I'm saying?
I mean, it's kind of like if you're already known for like one particular thing, it's kind of like that. Well, that's just them,
right?
You know what I mean? Like kind of like how Ange, you were telling me about like this one dude who was making like a whole bunch of like rape jokes, right?
Oh, you got friends that make rape jokes all the
time? No. Like literally right before this podcast started, you were telling me about this one comedian who.
Oh, Louis C.K.
Ooh.
Yeah, Louis C.K.
I was like,
what? I know he jacking off in front of people, but his special.
No, but
his special on Netflix, the one that came out 2017. It starts off he don't even say hi. He starts off, oh, this is what I think about abortions. I was just like, oh
shit.
I said, yes, this is what I want. And he navigated it so smoothly. Have you seen it? You would actually like it because he jumps on one side and makes jokes about it, and then he jumps on the other side and makes jokes about it.
Ah, so it's like an even battle.
It's like an even. So at first you're like, oh.
That's interesting.
It was amazing. I was like, it was tough. There's a few comedians that touch touchy subjects, like Dave Chappelle touch a lot of touchy subjects. I want to be one of those comedians. I want to be able to touch because some if you say some jokes on stage. There's somebody that's in the back already writing their blog. Oh, fucking Dave Chappelle is a homophobic asshole. And when their intentions was just to make you laugh, they're not up there giving hate speech.
Yeah.
At the same time, you do have to realize people will use your jokes as facts. Like people, like I can't control how you take my joke. I can't. There's no way in fucking hell I could know if there's 100 people in the room. I know I could deliver this joke. 100 different people will get 100 different ways to laugh at it. So there's no way in hell. So now, as a comedian, do you try to?
You can't cater to everybody.
Cater. Thank you so much, Nico. That was a good assist. Oh yes, I was stuck. Oh, you can't cater to each person. Okay, there's a midget in the room. I can't talk about midgets today. There's too many white people. Can't talk about white people. Okay, there's one Muslim. Fuck, I can't make my Muslim joke. Let me see. Oh, there's no pregnant white women. I can talk about pregnant white women. I'll just use an hour of pregnant white women jokes.
But I feel like that really takes out the essence of comedy because like comedy is just so like straightforward and it addresses somebody who's like directly in the room. That's why like I remember watching this God, what's the name of the dude from See, now I'm fucking up. The guy I need to look it up.
What show?
Asian dude. He was from The Hangover.
Oh,
We know who we
yeah, we know.
Yeah,
You know, I'm gonna say a racist name. I'm like, you mean Chow Wang? yeah, Chow Wang for Hangover.
Let's just use Chow Wang, right? But like, you know what I mean? Like after watching his skit, like he just kept on addressing like everybody in the front, the Asians to the left, the Asians to the right, calling them the exact same name. Like that's my hoe, because hoe is like a very like, it's a very like common Asian last name.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it was kind of like that's funny.
Right.
It's funny because he's just addressing these people. These people are not only taking it as a joke, but it's like it brings that environment in which like everyone's more, I guess, comfortable in that sense.
And so,
like,
what you're saying, he was talking about other Asians.
He was talking about other Asians.
So, if you're talking about a different, as a comedian, this is advice I give.
Yeah.
If you're talking about a different demographic people you have jokes about, you should learn about them. Like Colin Kaepernick, for example, the first time he sat down on the bench, and then he talked to a veteran, and the veteran said it'd be more respectful if you get on your knee, and he said, "Okay, I'll do that." So that was the willingness. He had the willingness to change something, to mold it just a little bit because he got a tip from somebody that's joke. Like me, if I had a joke about small people, and I just said midgets, and I said midgets, and a bunch of small people come to me after the show and say, that's fucked up, and I'm not even willing to listen to them. And if I could sit down and have a conversation with a small person, and they say, next time just use dwarf or something, I'm like, okay, cool, I'll try that out. Thank you, I appreciate you. But if you're just going there with like there's so much ignorance with the LGBT community, it's not even funny. It's just ignorance. Not even, and I mean ignorance in its rawest form. Not, oh, you're just ignorant. Like, I don't understand why people just take ignorant and make that a bad word. Ignorance means you're just not aware of something. You're not aware of this community. You're not aware of the what this is and what they go through. If you're not willing to have a conversation, if I'm not willing to have a conversation with somebody, I won't make a joke about them.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like the joke has no more like beef to that point. Like you're kind of just like being straight up offensive as opposed to like making light of a situation that's actually happening. Like
Dave Chappelle, he got in trouble because he said the F word, derogatory term for gay people. Mm-hmm. And a lot of OG comedians get the pass, which is cool. So I'm excited to see 10 years from now what comedians are doing. Like the OG comedians from now, like not like the Kevin Hart's. I'm talking about people that are coming up now. Are they gonna act like the Dave Chappelles, the Louis C.K.'s, and the D.L. Hughley's? Are they? I don't know. Only time will tell because we might have a lot of sensitive ass OGs because they're worried about their money, which you should be.
So where do you see yourself?
I see myself saying whatever the fuck I want to say. Fuck everybody. Fuck the small people, the white people, the black people. Every single one of y'all can kiss my black ass.
Amen to that. With your dumb ass. This is the lunch table. James Andre Jefferson Jr., man.
I appreciate you having me here. Thank you. It took you 30 fucking years to get me here.
Hell yeah. That's because you didn't want to travel all the way to Alhambra.
I'm glad you moved closer. He had to move apartment buildings to get me down here. You right down the street from me now.
Normally your content's only a minute, but this is a good hour and 15.
There you go. I talk too much on this one, I feel like.
Oh, this one was great.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, his social.
Oh yeah. Where can everybody find
Find me. What's up, people? I'm James Andre Jefferson Jr. I just had a good time with my man Nico at the lunch table. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and my Facebook at James Jefferson J. I actually have my own podcast called Off the Mic. That's regular white people just off the mic. It was called Off the Mic, but the white people can't figure out the DA. So I changed it to Off the Mic to help my Caucasian people. Thank you for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck is that noise?